Hello and welcome back to the Alteryx Weekly Challenges with me, Nick Bignell. This is challenge number 32. So we're really cracking on with them. This is the last of the series of 4 challenges that have come out of the Grand Prix from Inspire 2016. And this is probably maybe slightly different from the others, which tend to be a lot of data prep. This is looking at using some of the spatial tools to determine which is the most expensive route to take. So if we just have a look, we want to estimate how much is going to cost for someone to take an Uber to each of the 4 sites. If you remember the 4 sites from the previous week's challenge, from a particular point, a hotel. If I start from this home and head to the northernmost location and then head south to visit each surf site, how many miles will I drive? If Uber is $1.10 per mile, how much will it cost me? Okay, so identify the total drive distance from Inspire to the northern point and then work south to visit all 4 sites ending at the last site. Okay, so we need to work out the distance between, so first of all, which is the most northern one, and then which is the one that is I guess if we sort them by latitude descending, then that will give us north to south, and then we can then start from the Inspire site, which in this one is actually a map location point. So we'll see how that works, and then we have the distance miles, and then the cost, Uber cost, down here. So in the what's this one? So that's the cost here. I'm not sure drive time data. I'm not sure what this last one is. Calculate the Uber estimate. Okay, so the results we're looking for is something like 89.8. I'm not sure what this last one is. I suppose, well, let's find out. Okay, so let's start with sorting these into the right order. So let's go from there, and we want the point. We want to sort them by latitude descending. We run that up, put them in the right order of north to south. And then if we want to create a point, in the spatial, so that we can then work out what the distance between. So longitude, latitude. It's found the fields. It's going to create the point. Okay. Just press run, and now we suddenly have a geospatial. We just stick a browse on. Let's have a look and see if we can see what that looks like. We run that. So we now have the 4 points. There's no base map, but if we just put on Alteryx Light underneath that, see what we get. So there we go. We therefore have the 4 points there. Oceanside, Carlsbad, Salona Beach and Imperial Beach, so you can see. So now we need to work out the distance from each other, so and the starting point distance. So let's see how we can do that. Well, if we just append in the start for the first one, so can just do that with a pen field, I believe. So, see what that does. So that's brought in the two, so we can then calculate the distance between this one and this one. So that will give us the first one distance, and then we want to work out the ones below that. So if, let's just have a think, we just want to bring in the above from +1 centroid from, so we could do a multi-row formula if that would work. So spatial objects, can you do spatial? You can do spatial objects. So let's have a think how are we best to do that. We want to basically just take values that don't exist. So for values of rows that don't exist, I think null. And then what we want to do is just take the new spatial object from the one above. Now if we just check the data, we just want to take this centroid field, we want to take from the one above, because that will give us the, so this row, this one here. Oh. So we just do that and run that. What does that give us? Yeah, so we've now got a null, which is the first point. So if it's if null, we can put in this, and that's the starting point, and that's the end. So the new field is the starting point, and centroid is the end point. So we can work out the distance between those two. So let's just create another formula, which basically says if null, then pull in else, keep it as it is. So we can do that. So we want to use this to change this new field, and we can do if is null new field, then centroid. No, it is. It is spatial object, right? Should probably rename these more usefully. Else we want new field, right? So that should, if you run that now, at the end, not work. So if is no new field, then spatial object. Else new field. What do I? Oh, I'm on the input. There we go. On the output, a subtle difference in the clicking of these. Right. Okay. Now we have the start point and the end point. So let's tidy this up a bit and just select those two fields. So options and deselect everything. And we want to take new field, and that's start. And then we want to take centroid, and that's finish. Okay, so we just take those two and run that. What we're left with is just a start and finish for each one. So if we then bring in the final spatial distance, and we work out, so we want to work out the finish, from the start to the finish, and we want to return that as miles, and we run as. Now we've suddenly got all the miles, So if we summarize that, we just sum that, run that. So we've got the 8163, and in here we've got 8163, so that's distance miles. So we've got the sum. So now we need to just create a formula which is 1.10 per mile. So let's go to preparation, bring in the formula, and then we want to, what's the field called? Uber cost. So add field, Uber cost. And that is basically the sum field times 1.1. I'll run that. And there we have it. Do we have it to the right decimal places? That looks like it's it's been rounded for clarity. So if we make that, let's make that. Oh, it's a wide screen. We don't need it. We need it as an not an integer. We need it as a fixed decimal, 6 places. Run. There. Now we've got the same. Bring it in the browse. There you go. Exactly the same. Both sides of the output and of my output. Brilliant. Thanks very much for watching. See you again next time.